Hello, good afternoon. My name is Dalia Chutaitė-Antanaitė. I'm a head of key accounts team in Pigu Hobby Hall Group and Marketplace in the Baltics. Today, I'm not alone. Today, joining me, my colleague, Lukas Sinkevičius, who is a logistics project manager and the one who actually is building this fulfillment by Pigu product. Lukas, may you introduce yourself as well?
Yes, hello everyone. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so me and Lukas today have a pleasure to host you here and welcome you from Lithuania. We are both located in Lithuania, but this Learning Friday is unique and the first one and only for now yet, because today we are joining three countries in one place. So we are welcome Estonian sellers, we welcome Lithuanian sellers, and we welcome Latvian sellers in one place. So it's a great pleasure for us to host you for the first time, all of us here. So today, the webinar will be held in English because it would be acceptable language more or less for everyone. And we would like to introduce it in English. Of course, later on, you could have all the information in your local languages, meaning in English as well, in Lithuanian for Lithuanian sellers, in Latvian language, in Estonian for Estonians, in Estonian language as well. If there's a need to have this kind of presentation or information in Russian, please let us know. We will make the translations and we will also share that information in Russian. So before we will start with the presentation and before we will start with all information, which I guess for everyone is very important and interesting, some technical questions, because one question already popped up today before we started. So yes, I will confirm to everyone, this webinar is recorded. So it will be shared with all our sellers via newsletters, which we are having every two times a month. Also, we will place it in a YouTube channel that you could be able to access it. If someone will need it, faster, then they will receive it via newsletter. You have your key account managers, you have your personal managers, so you can always apply and ask to share that information with you. So as well, just a short, more technical information, please keep your microphones switched off because it's going to be more easier for me and Lukas to present. And as well, if you have questions down the presentation and you're eager to ask them, as you may saw already in the right side in the below, you can see the chat icon. So you can write it there. I will try to very interactively respond during the presentation. If some questions will not be answered during the presentation, we could have it later on questions just live. And I guess that's it on the technical side. So today, our main topic, why we decided to talk here, we are talking about fulfillment by Pigu. We call it less trouble for you, more sales for all of us. So we can start the presentation. Lukas, can you switch please another slide? Thank you. So why we decided to talk and create such a service as fulfillment by Pigu? Because we have many years of experience working with the customers as well. We always do on the monthly, maybe sometimes yearly basis, we do surveys on our needs for our customers. And right now, what our customers is indicating across all the Baltics, and actually global practice is also saying that customers, when they come online, when they come to our marketplace, they expect to see a good and competitive price, that they expect to buy product which is in competitive level. The second thing, what they are expecting and what they need from us, that they need fast delivery. If it's the same day, it's great, but of course the expectation is the next day, not more than 2-3 days. Later on, they also want a very accurate product descriptions because it helps them to distinguish, is it a real product that they are buying? They're gonna get it. Also, they do expect after sales service from us, customer support if it's needed some kind of questions to ask or some kind of help if they need help with their purchase or their logistics orders. Of course, they want to have a very, very easy purchase, easy progress that they come, they saw it, what they like it, they bought it, and that's it. And if something goes wrong, that they could also have the easy return progress on goods and money. So that's why we decided to create the Fulfillment by Pego product that to help our customers to get what they need and to fulfill what they're actually looking. So today, webinar is all about fast delivery, and webinar is about how to give to the customer this fast delivery and how you can use our infrastructure, which already created for the customers across the Baltic. Okay, so we can go further. Now we know what our customers expecting from us, and that's why we are doing everything in order that they would come back to us and they would buy it repeatedly, and they would, they would not look any kind of other products in other channels, but the marketplace, pigu.lt, 220.lv, and COP24 would be in their mind. So we like to call it that right now we want to offer you a win-win attitude and cooperation. And logistics is playing a huge, a big impact on the actually sales on e-commerce. So this is how we would like to propose you and to introduce the service which actually could help your sales and could help to sell your products. Okay, we can go further, Lucas. Okay. Can you please tell me if everyone is seeing, because we are freezed, or it's just
Yep, it's the
okay. Or we back, still here the same. So Lucas, are you back? Sorry for the technical interruptions. I guess winter is doing its job. So can we go to another slide? Sorry for that interaction, but okay, I can see it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Lucas. So, okay, as I mentioned, logistics is the key factor. The key factor to bring these products as fast as possible, and to key factor for the customers that they actually make a decision to buy these products online. Because when you go yourself personally online, or when our customers are coming online, they are looking what? Price and how fast and when can I get it? So right now, we would like to talk and present two tools how to help your customers and our customers to get your product faster. So CrossDoc, you may probably know that service is then you are already presenting the prepared products for customers in our warehouses. If you are located in Latvia, so you're delivering to Latvia. If you're located in Estonia, you're delivering to Estonia. And if you're located in Lithuania, you're delivering to Vilnius. But right now, today is all about fulfillment by Pegu. So fulfillment by Pegu is a service, basically it's 3PL service, which means that we are accepting goods, we're keeping these goods in our stock. Our fulfillment by Pegu warehouse is located in Vilnius. And then we can able to, pick and pack, prepare that all the orders would go directly to the customers without your interference. Most probably, when you hear about fulfillment by Pego and this term, there's a lot of questions raising for you. So how I will work in that? Does my products are suitable for fulfillment by Pego in general? Will it sell or will it sell it? Is there any kind of restrictions? Of course, as I mentioned before, that our central warehouse is located in Vilnius, most probably for the sellers who are across the other Baltic countries, they're figuring out, so how I'm going to do delivery, how it's going to impact, and how I'm going to work in other Baltic countries. What are the tax requirements, or how it would be related to the storage fee or VAT fee? Also, how should I evaluate, is it this good service for me or not? And how it will work technically. So about the stock and many, many other questions, which is always coming to our minds when we are talking about fulfillment by Pegu, Lucas will take over the presentation and already goes very briefly and also very deep into relative information, what is very important. Before giving word to Lucas, just one mentioned thing what already we did, and most probably most of you know that our central warehouse, which is located in Vilnius and which is fulfillment by Pigu main warehouse, it's already switched to working from working days into calendar days. It means that we are starting working 7 days a week and that we will be able to fulfill that customer's need the next day delivery across the Baltics. So if the warehouse in our warehouse, basically it can be delivered the next day, whatever city in Baltics, if the customer is choosing to pick up in our stores. It's not applicable to the couriers because some couriers are not working on Saturdays as we are planning to do on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, so that would be it from me. I'm giving a word to Lucas, who is going to be the one who will tell you all the specifics. Lucas? We cannot hear you, Lucas.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me now? So, sorry, there are some job constructions at the moment in the office, so there might be some interference in my voice, but I hope it's temporary. So, yes,
Okay, I'm really sorry for interactions. I don't know what is going on. So maybe, Lucas, are you able to come back to us? Before Lucas, I don't know, does anybody else hearing me? Is it okay, or it's just having some difficulties to hear Lucas? Can you just write me in chat that? Okay, so everyone else
Okay.
is hearing. Okay, so it means that it's a bit the issue that we are having in our head office. But Lucas is froze. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so I hope he's gonna be back. So this is a very unprecedented thing, that I have to do so much small talk. But okay, one thing what I have prepared to say later on after presentation. I know that we are a lot of sellers here together, so I see that we are around 130 connected people here. So the presentation will be held in English and we will talk in English. But later on, if you will have some questions, for example, and you would like to lively discuss and ask them in Russian, we are also able to answer them. Okay, Lucas is back. So Luca, are you completely back with us?
yeah, I think somebody broke the internet cable, so I had to switch.
Okay.
Yeah, so sorry about that. Continuing further on. So yeah, about the fulfillment by Pigo, the whole project. Where did this idea came from? Well, firstly, when we started creating and building the marketplace, we knew that it wasn't enough to simply display seller goods. We knew it would take extra tools, constant improvements to stay ahead of the competition, and always be as close as to the customer as possible. Also, global examples of marketplaces such as Amazon also have validated our ideas, also inspired us to make appropriate decisions for improvement. In the process, we made ourselves clear that faster delivery brings more sales. So that's where we're going, shortest delivery time possible. On average, for example, 1 day faster delivery increases sales by 4 to 5%. This is confirmed by our own experience as of, well, 80% of all of our goods sold have a delivery time not more than 4 days. Continuing on, the fulfillment service, what it is. It's not just a simple 3PL service. As you may know of such providers as DPD, DHL, TNT, which also provide the storage and 3PL service. But it's more likely that also, yes, we will store, we will pack, and we will ship your goods. But in addition, we will administrate the order in the system and help you sell more. This service actually directly influences customers' decision to buy your product. And there are actually two most important goals with this service. First of all, items are closer to the buyer. Your goods are closer to the buyer. So they can be picked up at the same day or even the next day. As a result, while popular goods receive even higher turnover, and goods with lower turnover satisfy the customer's desire for speed of delivery. And secondly, second goal is less administration for seller. Then our benefits to sellers is that first of all, fewer shipments, that is lower cost. For example, instead of sending daily orders to our warehouse while working in cross-docking mode, you deliver larger quantities of goods a week or two ahead. So that's why you don't need to deliver every day, but you a month. There's also no need to pack or prepare orders. So you also save the same packaging, raw materials, and also you save time for yourself. You also save time by not having to administrate orders in our system. Your offers compete better on our websites because they receive special labeling and filtering. The greater the benefit to the buyer, effective the use of advertising. The goods reach the buyers in all countries. So Take It Back Tomorrow or is also visible in Estonia and Latvia. Finland is also coming this year. As I mentioned about the labeling of pick it up tomorrow or pick it up today, so what it is. It's a tag in our website, so users can filter and see the goods they want to receive as fast as possible. Secondly, what is the buy box? The buy box is when the same item has offers from different sellers. Buyers see the best offer better and in the first position, and usually choose that the very best deal. What determines it? Well, basically, delivery speed and price of the item. So this service guarantees you the speed. You have to take care of the most competitive price. Another aspect is the special labeling I mentioned. Not only that visitors can see it, but they also use the filters in our websites on the left side of the website to filter these products and choose what they can collect the faster the possible. Talking about requirements and goods that are eligible for the service. So our goal is small items such as phone accessories, small domestic appliances, toys, books, and etc. Also now especially popular medical masks and so on. The goods that are not very eligible for the service is the ones that are fragile. So for example, ceramic or glass products that are highly flammable, or large products such as furniture, outdoor building, major domestic appliances. Also products that have a short expiration date. For example, food, cosmetics with organic components, also the ones that have low turnover, since those items are more for the assortment, and ones that have lots of differential sizes or modifications, like clothes or shoes. So how many, if to answer the question of how many stock to store in our service, well, it is the answer simple. If the goods are sold at least 3 pieces a month, it may already pay off for them to use the FBP service, and you have to at least store the same amount that you expect the sales. Now, talking about requirements of the goods that you need to deliver to our warehouse. So first of all, what comes to mind, the packaging has to be strong, undamaged, original, with all markings that are required by law, preferably, if possible, in Lithuanian, Latvian, Estonian languages, since in these countries, these items will be sold. Secondly, items should be completely set, I mean, fully assembled, the final assembly to the customer. We cannot assemble the goods in our warehouse, but we can additionally pack them if that is needed. And thirdly, the most importantly, the barcodes. Barcodes are required mandatory because we need to have order in our warehouse. We need to keep track of where a product has been placed so that we can select it with scanners. What barcode decoding we use is EN13. It is largely known in whole Europe. Also, if your barcodes have letters in it, so it can also be encoded with the code 128 system. Also, you have to make sure that barcodes can easily be scanned. You can always check if they are easily scanned by just having an application in your phone. Any kind of application will do, which is named like barcode scanner. Because if not, otherwise we will not be able to accept these items and additional charges may apply for labeling them additionally. Then there is an additional requirement, the accounting specifics. PHH Group is, well, never considered a buyer of your products. PHH Group is never the owner of the goods. The goods are the property of the seller until they are collected by the customer. Ownership of the goods always belongs for the same company, for example, CEO 123. PHF Group intermediary for money transfer. We collect the payment from the customer and transfer it to the seller according to the procedure established in the contract. We issue a separate invoice for the storage services, of course. One more requirement, which is mandatory for all non-Lithuanian companies, they have to have the Lithuanian VAT code. It is a mandatory requirement by European law. We can share a trusted contact for a convenient solution with you if that is needed. So talking about the Lithuanian VAT registration, as I said, it is mandatory, but there are two ways how to do it. Firstly, you can do it by yourself. So either by just remotely sending mails to our Lithuanian government institution, or you can authorize a Lithuanian person who has a signature possibility and or can connect to a government service system to deal with all the necessary documents. Only two forms are needed. Or there's a second option. You can entrust this job to specialists who do it every day, the accounting companies. It's not necessary to use our recommended services, but if you do, we can recommend one company which already done this deal for our sellers. They are called oneoffice.co. Why we recommend them? Because they did this process for several of our marketplace sellers in fastest, most convenient, and easily understandable ways. They also know that if you approach them by saying that you want to use FBP service in Pigu, they already know what is needed to be done. And they have offices in multiple countries. They have office in Lithuania, they have office in Latvia, Estonia as well. So you can approach them if you want. Then talking about pricing of the services. Well, the fees are calculated unit, one item. Goods are divided into categories according to their size and weight. Like, for example, small, medium, large, and ensemble. The lowest prices are for goods weighing up to 20 kilos, and the side lengths are up to 1 meter or 1.5 meters length. And all the fees are divided to such. First of all, there's an acceptance fee. It is the fee for us to accept your shipment of goods, scan it, check it, calculate if the amount of it is the correct as you registered, and to put it into the shelves of our warehouse. Secondly, there is a storage fee. It's, well, basically a space rent for each unit. Thirdly, there is the process fee. A process fee is when a customer makes an order, our worker has to find the item in the warehouse, pick it, then put a shipping label on it and send it away to appropriate address of receipt. Last but not least is the customer return fee. If such occurs, is when a customer, the buyer, the end buyer, then consumer, returns the item. So what we have to do is we have to basically unpack it and put it back to the shelves. So basically accept it again. And then there are also additional services that can be agreed separately before shipping. So for example, if you do not have barcode labels, so we can do the labeling. If you do not have items packed, we can also agree on additional packaging if that's needed. And of course, the last fee is the stock return to the seller itself. So if your items, for example, are no longer popular due to, well, their season or other aspects, we can return the goods via courier. So how to start using this service? If you are a new seller, the whole start of trading does not start with the service, but from signing the contract and creating your product cards in our system. After the session, you will get email with questions about the session and opportunity to register and become a seller. If you mark that you want us to contact you about proposal, the manager will contact you, agree on the conditions with you, and you will sign the contract to sell on our marketplace. Then you will get the detailed instruction and our help to get started. Once you create your product cards, then you can turn on the fulfillment service. And for those sellers that are already our sellers and already sell in our marketplace, well, then just in the supplier system, go to the section Fulfillment by Pigu and just press Activate it. It will take around 10 minutes for you to activate it and set up the service. All instructions, questions, and answers, everything are in our Seller Academy section in Instruction section. Now, about the whole process, how it looks like. So, in detail, how the service works. First of all, you create goods and your offers for the goods in the system. Secondly, you mark the goods in the system that will use the service. Thirdly, the goods need to be replenished in the warehouse. Well, you basically have to bring them to our warehouse. So you create a replenishment of the goods in the system. You put your goods in one box, well, master box, so-called. Then in our system, you generate a shipping identification sticker to identify your shipment and stick it to the master box. It represents as the consignment note, since once we scan it, we will see what kind of goods have to be in the master. Then you need to deliver the goods to us in the most convenient way for you. You can do it by yourself or through couriers, carriers, it doesn't matter. Then once a day, you need to issue and add invoices to customer orders in the system. So you just have to go through all the orders that are marked with FBP, the fulfillment by Pigu, and just attach invoices for those customers. And of course, last but not least, you have to monitor your inventory balance in the system to make timely replenishments. Also, keep note that for loads that are larger than one pallet, the date and time of acceptance must be agreed with us before shipping. So you must contact us before shipping if your shipment will be contained from more than one pallet. Now, talk of this service. So in the last quarter of 2021, well, the number of SKUs and sales through the service grew enormously. It grew more than double every month. Currently, the service is used by more than 80 sellers from all over the Baltic states. So from both our own and other global experience, we see that this server actually increases sales by an average from 20 to 50%. Also, I can share with you some stories of sellers with this service. Uh, One of the sellers had turnover doubled when he moved most of the goods to the service. He was the very first seller using the service. What he sells, well, he sells mostly small domestic appliances and mobile accessories.
Look, we again lost you with we cannot hear you. Can you please repeat?
Okay, so
You're
somehow
back.
disconnected.
It's
Yeah,
good. So
okay.
can you share again that success story, because you said that sellers mostly sells small domestic appliances and mobile
Yeah,
accessories.
yeah. So that was the first seller who joined our service. The second seller, well, he had to face almost all of our system bugs and errors and etc. While we were building and improving the service. Well, in the end of the day, he got fed up with this and annoyed and stopped using the service. But after a month, he came back because he realized and said that he was already used to saving his time with the service and just didn't want to lose his convenience provider. Well, and the last
That's a good
success,
sales. You
yes,
forgot to say that this seller actually had so much acceleration on his sales that it was, pay off all this trouble what he went through. Sorry,
yes,
Lucas.
true, yes. Well, and the last seller also, well, he had troubles with supply chain. He was, well, late with deliveries, so his rating was becoming low and he started on getting bad reviews from customers. So with the service, he not only fixed all these issues, but he also grew in sales by 150%. So this seller also sells miscellaneous, well, household goods. So, well, I guess that's it from me. Um, so thank you very much for participating. Thank you very much for listening. And now is the time to go through the questions.
So we do have some questions which was written down when you were presenting. So
Yeah.
I just most probably just a double confirmation, because Vladislavs has asked, is it possible to deliver to our warehouse, for example, 4 pallets with 100 different products, and we will pack it the orders here. So I responded that yes, this is possible. It's just going to be implied extra fee for packing and preparing, depending on the product dimensions. If it's a small products and items, is a one fee, which is smaller, and if it's a big dimensions, of course, it's a different fee.
Okay. So I think we should go further then, right?
Okay.
Okay, you answered to Vladislav about the fees. What else?
It was information and question about OSS system. So also just final confirmation, we have applied to every possible financial institution, lawyers, also Lithuanian and Latvian institutions. OSS system, if you are registered, is not enough to keep and store products in Lithuania. Basically, you have to become a VAT payer in Lithuania. But we are very flexible on that. If you are really considering the service and the numbers is right for you, approach our key account managers, because everyone who is working with us in the marketplace, they do have key account managers. And we will make up the plan on how to help you to register, and even come up with some kind of plan and promise on some cost coverage, because we are so sure of the service. We see the result that actually it's working. So very much looking how to ease that, administrative thing what have Latvians and Estonians go through.
Yes. And there's a last question from Romans. logically, no cross-docking fee applies, only 90 cents fee order. Yes, when you use cross-docking logistic mode to deliver orders through us, there's €1 fee per cross-docking. When you use the FBP service, there is no cross-docking fee because you do not use this logistic service. The fee for the service is divided also by the categories of your items. If it's a small one, yes, it will be possibly 90 cents if it is sold within 20 days of its arrival. It may be more if it will be sold, like, for example, in 25 days. So there will be like 93 cents, for example, approximately. So yeah, these fees differ depending on the size of your item.
I would also like to repeat my promise. If someone has and wants to have a question in Russian and lively, you can ask here, and
Yeah.
we will be able to respond as well in Russian, but with the translation to English, that everyone would be on the same page. Just that don't let the language stop us by doing our business and then create some value for you and for all of us.
Okay. Tina, okay, what about returns? Well, the returns, when they get back to our warehouse, if they were not taken by customer or they were undamaged, we will just place it back into the shelves and we will sell it again. If they were like, tried to use it or they might got damaged or something happened, we will resend it to seller for him to check. Okay, any fees for keeping products in warehouse? Yes, there are fee for keeping product in warehouse. It is called a storage fee. Or it will, as you said, just include in fee. Well, no, actually, detalization of all the fees. So as I said, there are three fees basically. One is acceptance of your items to our warehouse. It's when we accept the shipment. Secondly, there is a storage fee for the space rent, basically. And third fee is when an order for your item comes up, we have to pick it, pack it, and deliver it to the customer. So basically, there are three major fees. And their sum is, yes, in for small items, their sum can be 90 cents per unit.
Also, just to addition to what Lucas has said about the fee structure. For example, I know that some sellers already have this question previously, but this is not asked here, so I will just use the opportunity to answer. For example, if you bring, a stock into our warehouse, and the structure is that you have to pay monthly fee for the storage. Right now, if your stock will be sold within, I don't know, 2 days or 1 week or even 2 weeks, so the storage fee and invoices which you will get for storage will be proportionally counted how many days it was stored in the warehouse. It's not fixed monthly fee. It's the fee which is fixed according how many days the stock is actually placed in our warehouse. Okay, is there any other more questions? Yes.
Okay, how about seasonal goods? What will happen with them? Well, actually, you know the best what are season for your items. So if the season ends, you can always ask us to bring your goods back to you. So we will just pick it up from the warehouse and we'll send it to you. Payouts the same. Yes, payouts for
For the
units
orders,
sold.
yes.
Yeah, it will be at the same structure as in working in cross-dock mode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can goods be sent directly from our wholesalers to your warehouse? Yes, but well, for example, we have some sellers who send directly from China to our warehouse, but they do have to agree and send to China's management our shipping, well, actually not shipping, but acceptance labels, and so they would be put on the master boxes. So when the items arrive, we need to identify who sent it and what we can expect to find in the boxes.
Also, there is one more question, Lucas. How to send products to warehouse? What information should be placed at the label?
Everything is under instruction. I mean, you just put the address of our warehouse. The name of the company would be like Pigu, but in the first place, you write that it is fulfillment by Pigu service. This information you can find every time when you make a replenishment in the system. You will see all the details necessary.
I would also like to just add a little bit more to Ivo's question that how about seasonal goods? We do have to remember that this product was built in order to scale the business. It means that actually it's very, very, pleasant and creates value once the products are placed who is actually going very fast. So if you know that your season is over, don't place it these kind of products in the warehouse because you're going to have, storage fees, but you basically will not have any sales. So if you're looking at the assortment and thinking what kind of products to place, always look at what is your top products because if they are selling, so once they're gonna have so fast delivery the next day, so they're gonna sell even more rapidly. So it's in order to scale it and make it, money. Okay, you are welcome, Ivo. Is there any more question? Maybe there is some kind of live questions. Okay, if there is no more questions, so I will just repeat what I have said already in the beginning. This is recorded. This is going to be shared to you or this webinar. Also, whatever kind of information you are needed, you're always able to approach your key account managers. They do have all this information in all our 5 languages. It means Latvian, Lithuanian, Estonian, and Russian is going to be soon also translated into Finnish because Finland is coming. It's on the way. So if you will have any questions, needs, please apply them. They will able to give you all the information necessary. And this webinar, you will have it in your emails via our newsletter, I believe already in the end of this month. And if you will need it sooner, also write an email. We will send it, which is going to be placed in YouTube. Okay, I believe no more questions, so I would not like to keep you more this nice, beautiful Friday. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, we do have, okay.
Okay, how many orders it takes per week, month for this to be a real win-win for both seller and the service? Well, it depends on your price of the product. It depends what you expect, but for example, if you sell everyday occasion like I don't know, 5 units per month. So if you bring those 5 units to our warehouse, we expect that it will go up to 6 units per month. If you bring 10 units to, if you sell 10 units per month, if you bring those units to our warehouse, we believe that you will sell at least 12 units. So basically, what we experience while talking to other marketplace experts, that this service actually grows business around 30 to 50%. Temperature controlled item, meaning +2 +8, for example. Currently, we do not have any temperature controlled possibility. We do not have any kind of freezers at the warehouse. So if it's like food products, best to reassure what kind of temperature is needed for them.
So no, at the moment, we will not be able to accept these kind of goods, even as much as we would like to.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, for the third time, thank you very much. It was a great pleasure. I hope it was very valuable for you. I know that most probably you will have even more questions down the line, and it's okay. You can always write to us, call to us. We will try to support you as much as we can. And thank you very much for connecting today, all 3 countries, our brother countries. So I wish you all the best weekend, and I hope to see you, many of you, in our warehouse in Lithuania.
Thank you very much.